Straw Hut Media.
It wasn't recording. It said 3 seconds to start. He's like staring at me like, what are you waiting for? It wasn't ready yet. Hey guys, welcome back to Confess Your Mess. What's up, AJ?
What's up, fiance?
Oh, you don't get to say my name.
Oh, Emile.
Oh yeah, that's me.
He's not a snack. He's a meal.
And you're not AJ. You're
AJ. I'm AJ.
Anyway, we are so excited about today's episode and today's guest. Today's theme is
Friendship
secrets.
And one of our friends is actually on the show.
Yeah.
We're kicking things off these first few weeks with a lot of our friends because, we can't get a hold of anybody else and they're really awesome.
Did Barney text you back?
Barney did not, but I was trying to think of the other one's name, the little green one.
Oh, I don't remember. But it's in our memories.
This is where this episode's going to go. Downhill quickly. Here to help us rein it all in, though, Laura Marano. She stopped by, actress, singer. She's been a friend of mine for years. We've hosted a lot of major red carpets together, and then we've all become friends and supported each other through every endeavor. She's incredible. She rose to fame on Austin and Alley, and also The Perfect Date, Noah Centineo on Netflix. She's also a musician. Her EP, her deluxe EP, came out this summer. She's super, super talented. But she revealed some stuff.
She revealed some juicy stuff, some things that I would not have expected of her. We did not judge because also we found some commonalities in her secrets.
Yes.
But we'll let her tell that later. But also there are some shady ass friends that we talk about today, and we really want you to chime in. So
and I definitely asked Laura Marano about dating friends in the Nickelodeon Disney sort of world.
Yeah.
Because that world can be a little bit incestuous. You kind of grow up together and you're always around each other on set, and you're maybe filming next door to each other. We talk about it for sure.
Yeah, we also talk about threesomes in the back of the car. So that's where we're at. Let's go ahead and get into Confess Your Mess. Confess your mess. Okay, AJ, I have a question.
I have an answer.
Well, you don't even know what my question is yet.
I always have an answer.
Okay, that's true. But do you feel like summer went by so fast? Do you remember the beginning of quarantine where every day felt like it was a week long?
Well, yeah. So here's the thing. I feel like this entire year has gone fast. I'm still trying to process 2020, and 2022 is 3 months away.
Have you seen all the memes of
it's a lot
of people? It's like me dealing with 2021 and 2022 is coming up behind. I can't.
It's wild. But here we are.
We're here.
And we're going to have a good time today.
Yeah.
Because today's theme, our loose theme of Confess Your Mess today is friendships and friendship secrets.
Let's talk about friendships before we get into the secrets, because friendships can be complicated. And I think with friendships and the dynamics of friendships, you have your own individual friendship with the individual person.
Sure.
Then you have those group friendships and those dynamics. And then you have the associates of the friends. It can get messy.
Associates.
And then the friends that are friends with you but not with your partner.
But they think they're friends with you because, that's awkward.
And then family friends. And there's a lot of layers to friendships.
And then the longer you're in a relationship, the friends that are friends with your partner, they're like, okay, I guess I have to learn to like this person a little bit more, because at first, low-key, some of your friends did not like me.
Okay, but also high-key, a lot of your friends did not like me either when we first started dating.
That is true.
But now they love me and they love you.
They do. But speaking of friends that we love this one.
Yeah.
So we're super excited. We just launched this podcast.
Confess your mess.
There it is. Oh, now you're singing. We've got a singer on the show today.
I know. I'm so excited.
She's a singer. She's an actress. She is our friend. We love and adore her. She rose to fame as Allie Dawson in Austin and Alley. You may remember her cute little face, but she's been doing so much more. She's got her new deluxe EP for her latest single, or one of her recent singles, You, that she sort of remastered. It's really fantastic. She's got a lot going on. I'm going to let her tell you about it.
Yeah.
She also starred in a film with Noah Centineo. So, if that doesn't get you going.
Right.
Come on. Laura Marano is here, ladies and gentlemen. Laura, how are you?
Hey, guys. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me. Also, T.O., how could anyone ever in all of the history of humanity not like either one of you? This is my question. I'm confused how either one of your friends didn't like the other one.
I appreciate that.
I think I have an answer.
Yes.
Okay, so it's interesting, Laura, because as you know, I'm a decade older than Emile, almost.
9.5. Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, it's interesting, though, because I have friends that are literally every age range. Laura, how old are you, Laura?
I'm 26. 25. No, I'm 25. I'm 25.
Wait, is it your birthday?
I'm not 26 until November.
I was going to say, your birthday is right around the corner. We were there a couple years ago for it, before COVID.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, you're 25 years old. I'm 41. My fiance is 31. I have friends who are in their 60s. Like, numbers don't really mean anything to me. It's about the friendship. I think, though, what's interesting with Emile, with your friends, your question is your friends are even younger than you, some of them, the ones that had issues with me at first. And they're also single. And I think the complex thing, especially with young girls, and tell me if I'm crazy, when it comes to gay men who are like their best friend, sometimes there are some weird, complicated emotions that are attached to that friendship that at a young age, you don't know how to fully process.
Let's pause it because I think he's trying to make it a young thing. I think in general with close gay, like a gay man and a woman who's a close friend, I think if you're attractive, there's a complication that comes. I don't think it's an age thing necessarily, because you have some friends where
that's real.
Because I can name some people who you're friends with where it's the same thing.
You were, when I met you, also living in the closet as a straight man, still sort of.
Oh yeah, but I wasn't friends with them. I was out of the closet like years before I met them.
So I'm just trash and I'm totally wrong.
I think so.
And by the way, I love two things. One, I love how you both know exactly who you're talking about in this scenario. And two, I feel like it's kind of the opposite with me for any of my gay friends, especially if I find them attractive. I assume every man is gay. Like that is just kind of my prereq. I'm not sure why, but I'm always, just when in doubt, I'm like, I feel like have to have a guy convince me that he is not gay for me to believe that he isn't.
Listen, this is why we're friends, and this is why I adore you. Your blatant honesty. But also, Emile always tells me I think every guy's gay too. I say because in my experience, most of them have been. Yeah. But that's just me.
I don't think every guy is gay, but yeah, AJ, for whatever reason, every single guy he thinks
is always like
has like a hint.
He's gay,
I'm like, I don't think so.
Are you ready to help some of our listeners, Laura? Though, because we have like our listeners, sometimes they reveal stuff that's really like hilarious. Sometimes it's really kind of heartfelt. Sometimes it's a little raunchy. Sometimes, but we like to try to
my mom got nervous when she found out I was on the show. She's like, Laura, you know how much I love AJ and Emile, but like they're really like there's some of these stuff is really raunchy. I'm like, Mom, it depends on the person who's giving the secret.
Right.
Like,
totally.
Don't worry about it.
By the way,
she was nervous. She was like, how raunchy are you getting for this? I'm like, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. We're fine.
You tell your mother, because your mother adores me. She DMs me all the time.
Me too.
Tell her and your father. I'm still expecting that Italian dinner someday. We were trying to make plans, and then COVID happened, and it's been 2 years.
And COVID happened.
Yeah. I still expect it though.
I know.
All right, let's get into some secrets. Also, if there's something you don't want to talk about, don't say a word. Totally fine. Right.
We'll do all the talking for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here. I'm ready. I'm willing. Let's make it happen.
Okay, so we haven't seen any of these secrets. Our producer Frank puts them in a document for us, and we're going to look at them for the first time.
Let's do it.
Is everybody ready?
Yes.
For confessing your messy.
You're messing. You're Deborah messing.
Okay.
We need to get her on the show.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Ooh, brilliant.
Okay. The first secret. This one actually is great because AJ and I are planning a wedding right now.
Yes, we are.
I hooked up with one of my bridesmaids at my bachelorette party.
Wait.
Ooh.
So this is the woman, the bride?
Maybe.
That's what it sounds like.
We haven't determined what we're going to call our wedding party yet, so.
Yeah. Just the wedding party. Wait, so that's tricky. How do you navigate that?
Yeah, it definitely sounds right because the person said, I hooked up with one of my bridesmaids at my bachelorette party. So I would think.
Well, Laura, what do you, and then AJ, and then I'll say what I think. What do you consider hooking up? I think that's a fair statement.
Yeah, let's start there.
Ooh, that is such a good question because I do feel it can mean different things. Like obviously it can mean sex. It can also mean like a little bit before sex, like the steps before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it could also just mean a makeout session.
Yeah.
I think it can mean all three of those things.
Yeah, I think for me, it's the reaction to it that varies because if I'm with somebody and they make out with somebody, it's going to hurt me. It's not going to devastate me.
Yeah.
If they like have sex with somebody, that's a whole different conversation, a lot of therapy. Do you know what I mean? And so I think that I don't know what happened here with her friend and her.
Let me tell you something. First of all, we haven't even gotten to that. I'm not going to get into the details of what we're dealing with planning the wedding, but it's stressful AF. It's just well, Laura, I think we told you, but it's going to be in Mexico. You'll get your invite whenever we finalize stuff.
I'm so excited. But weddings are so stressful. I've never been a part of a wedding, but I have a bunch of friends who have. And it's like, I just want to say, please remember this is your guys' day.
Oh, no, of course. It's just we're dealing with like a time zone change and like all this stuff. But anyway, the point is, we haven't even gotten to the fun stuff. And one of the fun things is, you know, when you do your bachelor party, right? And we have discussed like, oh, do we do a joint bachelor party? And then he was like, well, I don't know. Might want to do a solo one. And I've watched some reality shows where specifically Shaws of Sunset. And I remember there was one episode where Reza and Adam, anyway, I watched too much reality TV. But anyway, they had their bachelor party and it was all this drama because one of them like hooked up with one of the strippers or whatever.
Wait, at the bachelor party?
It was like on the party bus or something. Don't quote me on that. I remember the vague details. I haven't watched that show in years. However, so for me, I think that almost, I don't know if I would be more upset if you hooked up with a stranger or if you hooked up with the bridesmaid. I think the bridesmaid almost would hurt a little more because that's like a friend. Then they're going to be in your wedding.
Well, I feel like also, I think an issue that needs to be talked about is if you're hooking up with any member of your wedding party or anybody in general right before a wedding, there's a deeper issue there. And so if this is a woman hooking up with a female bridesmaid and the woman is planning to marry a man, that's a conversation that needs to be had. And if she's planning to marry a woman, because we don't know that either, that's also a conversation. Because that could be, because if she's planning to marry a woman, depending on the relationship, that could be a straight up just like gut-wrenching sort of betrayal. If it's a man, he might be sort of like, okay, I'm into it.
Right.
The woman could be too, to be fair. So I think there's just a lot of other conversations that need to go down.
I would love to talk to this person because I have a lot of questions.
We should try to reach out and get a follow-up.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of questions. I mean, I definitely feel like this goes without saying, but it's the question, does she tell the groom or other bride, the person that she's marrying?
Well, here's the thing, Laura. I mean, I feel like when people are submitting these secrets, it's almost like they're literally confessing their mess, and it's a release where they've told it to me, a stranger, and they feel like I got it out of my chest.
They're like, I told Laura Marano, so I'm good.
I must be good. Or it's just made them more uncomfortable. They're like, oh, now Laura knows my secret. That's weird.
Right.
That's so good.
No, I know what you're saying, though. For sure, there's definitely a level of release of like telling someone, even if it's a stranger. But I mean, how can you feel comfortable or happy yourself going into a lifelong commitment and not telling them a pretty major situation?
Wait, you're going to tell me something right now?
No. I was going to say, just to put it into perspective.
Laura's like, I just ruined their entire relationship 9 years down the drain.
Oh my God, I'm going to go.
But just to put in perspective for us, and granted, we have decided that we're only going to have females in our wedding party because we have a lot of female friends. But if it was another guy in my wedding party and I hooked up, and I never said what I consider hooking up. For me, hooking up doesn't necessarily mean sex. Hooking up could be making out, or do we consider oral sex? I think oral.
That's probably crossing the line.
Yeah, that would be hooking up for sure. That's what I'm saying. I feel like for me, hooking up covers like everything.
Same.
Like there's a level.
Same.
It just does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which makes it confusing because you're kind of like, when I have friends who are like, oh, I hooked up with this, this person at a party or whatever. I'm like, okay, well now do I ask more questions of like,
of course you ask more questions.
What's your definition of hooking up in this? Give me specifics.
Old school me would be like, yeah, I hooked up with somebody and like, oh, you got sex with them? Like, no, we kissed once. Like, because I was kind of not a prude, but I was like, I'm a little more traditional.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that they need to further discuss this amongst themselves.
Yes. Let us know what you think hooking up is.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get to the next secret. I slept with my friend's ex and she still doesn't know about it. And me and him act cool like nothing happened. But we still trade nudes from time to time. I hate that. I don't like that at all. At all.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that's just, that's messy. Talk about mess.
Do you have a, what's it called? Like girl code? Like if one of your friends, if it's an ex, is it one of those things where, and I don't mean like an associate, I mean like an actual like close friend. Is an ex off limits?
I definitely think when it comes, I think it depends on the situation. I've certainly never hooked up with like a friend, hook up, whatever that means, with a friend's ex. I have friends where situations definitely got complicated, but honestly, that's because love was involved, right? It wasn't just something, a physical attraction or something physical, purely physical. So I do think that definitely gets a bit more complicated. But when it's just physical, I mean, who knows what's happening between the two? But the fact that they've hooked up once, they slept together once, and they're still, having some sort of sexting situation, it makes me feel like it is closer to purely physical than it is any sort of emotional connection. And I do think that's a different, I don't know if that's better or worse for people. I don't know. For me, it kind of feels a little bit worse, because can't you just, if you want that physical thing, can you find someone else who wasn't your friend's ex?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Totally, 1,000%. I'm kind of curious. You say you haven't actually been in that situation with somebody, but you have had friends who have. Do you find that growing up and working in Hollywood as you have, and being in sort of like the Disney, Nickelodeon sort of world for so many years, do your friends, is it difficult to date outside of the group and to find somebody new that doesn't know anybody, doesn't have connections to everybody? Do you find yourself attracted to people who aren't in the industry at all because of that? Or is there a lot of swapping and trading going on within you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, okay, wait, there's a lot of questions to tackle in that paragraph of questions.
I'm a great interviewer.
So I think, first of all, yes, of course, right? How do you meet people as an adult? You meet people usually through work. And so it just so happens, right, for our work, if that's a TV show or if that's a certain set, or for us and Allie, we were on a studio lot that had a bunch of different Disney Channel shows filming on that lot. So sets or set. I think a lot of people do meet people that way, and of course become attracted. Of course, things happen. I think for me personally, I actually don't usually date or even really get attracted to someone who is in the film and television industry. I mean, I don't want to use that as a blanket statement. I've never dated an actor. I've never wanted to. I don't know. There's something to me. I've been in the industry since I've literally been 5, where I also know just how flawed we are as people, and insecure and narcissistic. And I'm almost like, I've seen too much. I know too much about myself, and I wouldn't want that.
Notice she didn't say the music industry, though. She said film and television. I'm just going to put that out there.
Yes, I feel like
musicians are different.
Obviously, for music, I have proved that I have dated in that industry. But I think when it comes to dating people that your friends have dated or what have you, I think it can be hard in any sort of film and television world, and any sort of multi set and multi people in the same set or whatever, but especially in that kind of Disney Nickelodeon world, because I do think there is an isolating level of that. And I think that a lot of people don't meet other people besides work or through their own work friends, knowing other work friends that they have met in other shows they've guest starred or movies they've done with other kind of people in that group or whatever. So I do think that does happen. I don't think it necessarily happens often. The few friends I'm thinking of aren't specifically limited to people in the Disney Nickelodeon realm, because I also went to a regular high school and have a lot of friends from the high school that I went to, and yada, yada, yada. So I think for me, it's not just a situation that is tied to the isolating world of being on a Disney or Nickelodeon show. I think it is something, as we've seen, that friends dating other friends in the same community or group is just something that people, it happens in whatever small community or isolated community.
Whatever career you have, for sure. I have to ask you though. You said there were a lot of other shows filming on the same lot. Is there a show or a set that you ever snuck away to? Did you make friends with somebody on another set that happened to be filming around the same time as Austin and Allie? Was there a fun set to go check out if you had a little downtime?
Oh my God, by the way, I thought when you were about to ask that, you were going to be like, is there one show that sucked that you like on the lot and no one liked?
Well,
no,
you said it. Go ahead. Who was the not cool show?
No, we all we would all occasionally like go to each other's sets. So like Liv and Maddie, Jesse, Lab Rats was there. Wizards was there, but years before. We weren't on the same time. So we would occasionally go, but to be honest, you kind of would just stay on your set. And I had school a lot of the time, so I never had any free time except the last season. But it was kind of nice that we were all in the same lot and we would sometimes see each other. It was lovely.
So before we get to Laura's secrets, there's a few more fun secrets. This one says, I'm in a girls group where we have dinners and have fun, but I secretly only like one of them. The rest are trash.
Okay, wait. Why did the first half of the sentence, I'm in a girls group, and I immediately thought, this is Fifth Harmony? Who is this? This is Normani?
Destiny's Child.
Allie? Who?
Yeah.
Lauren? Who wrote us?
Normani is sending me secrets on my Instagram.
Can you imagine?
She follows me.
Oh my God, that would be kind of the best thing ever. But she's not going to be a guest on the show. She's just like, I'm going to do this anonymously.
Ever. And she'll never follow us either. She'll just constantly send us secrets.
Right.
Because that's Normani 110%.
Because it's just the release of, sending AJ and Emile secrets. I get it. And there is something therapeutic about it.
But listen, we're doing people a service. Let's be honest.
I mean, for me personally, regarding this secret, and all of my friends know this, my friends say that I am one of the nicest, meanest persons they know.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's so very accurate.
Basically, if you first meet me, I have a resting bitch face. I look like I'm super closed off, whatever, because I usually am, because I don't let a lot of people in. It takes a lot to get to know me.
Yeah.
I'm good in front of the camera because I'm just talking to a camera, but in person, especially in LA, I'm like, what do you want from me? It's always like, what do you do out here and these things?
Sure.
And I'm like, whatever. So in this situation though, I wouldn't even be caught dead in this situation because I don't hang out with people that
you don't like.
That I don't like.
That's real.
Just hang out with the girl that you like in that group. Why don't you just go to dinner with them?
That's real.
Right?
Yeah. What's your
100%. I feel like it goes into a deeper question of like, what is their friendship like? Like, was the other friend only hang out with her because she's in the group, and wouldn't hang out with her outside of it? Yeah, that also seems equally messy. Not as messy as the one secret before about sleeping with the ex's, the friend's ex, but yeah. It is a level of like, you probably should get other friends if you don't like anyone else in the friend group.
Yeah. So this is where it's really interesting.
It's hard to make friends.
It is hard to make friends.
It is hard to make friends. It really is. And I think for me, last year for my 40th birthday, God, I can't believe it was a year ago now, we had like a small get together at my cousin's backyard, like a barbecue, right? And then because remember, we were trying to plan a weekend away. You were going to come join us for the weekend at La Quinta.
In Palm Springs, right? It was like somewhere kind of by Palm.
Yeah, La Quinta, and they at the resort there, and then they ended up canceling our reservations because they were filming the season of The Bachelor there.
The Bachelorette.
With Bachelorette, yeah, totally. No, friends are tricky because I genuinely do not like to spend birthdays with friends. Because I feel like there's an expectation that next year, if I invite 20 people to dinner, I have to go to 20 different birthday dinners that year. And I just don't want, I can't commit to it. I don't want to feel guilty if I skip it. Right?
By the way, that was not where I thought you were going with that. I thought, because I actually don't love birthdays with a bunch of different friends either, because I have so many different friends in different friend groups. So my thought is, oh my God, what if they don't all get along? Like, I go to that place of, I have so many different friends and we all like each other's company, but they might not like each other's company. So I'm just stressing during birthday parties of like, oh my God, is anyone even having a good time?
That's how I feel about birthday dinners. I think like the birthday dinners where it's like 20, 30 people, that doesn't work for me. But like you both know, because you both were there for my 30th birthday, which was the last time we saw you before COVID, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
I threw a birthday. I can't remember the hotel, but they had this gorgeous room, and I rented it out and had drinks and food and like all the stuff, like whatever.
That was so good.
And I've been now officially in June of this year, I've been in LA for a decade. So at the time, that was my 9-year anniversary. And it was kind of like, oh, I'm going to invite people from all stages of my life out here. And so we can all celebrate my 30th.
Keep in mind, we got back from Bali, a 2-week trip to Bali, hours before.
I totally remember this.
And we were like, I was
exhausted.
like zombie.
Exhausted, but not as exhausted as my mom, who fell asleep on the sofa while I was giving AJ a lap dance to Beyonce. I have photos and videos of her that friends were sending me, and they're like, your mom is like passed out.
She's literally passed out underneath a ginormous American flag print on the wall, and she was the first lady of a Methodist church for 47 years.
Yeah.
I mean, this is who Miss Sharon Ennis
But she was there supporting. Anyway, the point of that story was I don't mind meshing groups for something like that where it's a milestone birthday. So like your 40th, I feel like would be fine. But when it's just a random birthday, it just seems weird to me.
It's true. It's true.
But to your point though, this is the thing I think that with us, when we decided on our wedding, I said first and foremost, I've always wanted a destination wedding. Because I want the families and friends to get to know each other, have some fun. And I want, if we're going to travel somewhere cool, I want them to also like have a vacation. If they don't want to see us other than at the wedding ceremony and they want to do their own thing the entire time and have a vacation, that's what I want. Like, I don't want to feel the pressure to have to constantly be, because, and also everybody always tells me through your wedding, you forget, like you don't get to talk to everybody. You don't get to enjoy your partner. You don't get to actually relax and like take it all in. You're just busy saying hi to everybody. So I think that's also part of the reason, like parties, like, are like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's just a lot.
Okay. Y'all, I want to get to Laura's secret. So this is going to be rapid fire answers for these next two secrets.
Okay.
So this first one says, I send my fart recordings to my best friend because she likes it.
Recordings?
Her fart recordings.
Fart?
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, no judgment, because friends are weird. You don't know what makes your friend smile. And I also will say that I send fart recordings to AJ, but let me explain. So on Amazon,
is this a thing?
Yes. So if you have an Amazon Echo or an Amazon device that has Alexa,
yeah, we have like a little TV monitor in our kitchen that also
it's the Echo Show.
Yeah, the Echo, and we play it at night. We play rain sound so our dog can sleep in his kennel privately and be peaceful. But then during the day,
on this device, if you go to your Amazon Alexa app, and this is not sponsored by the way, even though I do work for Amazon.
And there's no Alexas in here.
No,
apparently.
there's not.
They're not listening.
But on your app, there's a feature called Announce, and you click that and you can type messages and it will like say it in Alexa's voice, and then it has sound effects, and one of the sound effects is fart. So the other day AJ wasn't feeling well and I was like, hey boo, do you want me to make you turkey, bacon, and eggs? And then I did the fart sound effect 3 times. So it's like
and a flushing toilet.
Yeah, so it's like, hey boo, do you want me to make turkey, bacon, and eggs?
It's so fun.
I have so many questions right now, but I'm gonna hone it in. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know it was a freaking sound effect on the Amazon Echo thing.
You can't listen to it and not be in a better mood.
Yeah.
Like every time he does it to me, I crack up. Even if I'm like in the worst, most foul mood, he always cheers me up.
Also, I will say you find some weird things on Reddit. There's a whole fart community apparently.
Ew.
They're into that.
That sounds like Reddit.
Do you remember? Hey, right? Totally, right. Laura, do you remember the time 2.5 minutes ago where Emile said, "Okay, you guys got to be quick and give me rapid fire answers,"
pause,
and then he like told us like
pause. AJ will
diatribe.
tell. AJ will
story.
tell.
This keeps happening where I don't know where you're going with it. So I thought you were about to go into a story about like, Laura, do you remember that time when we were hosting the AMAs and, you know, some sort of fart story? And I was gonna be like, I don't remember any of that.
No, I remember a couple of hours ago at the gym where AJ, we had our mask on and headphones in, and AJ makes a face and he's like backing away, and I know what that face is. That means he just farted, and he was spotting me on the bench press. So that means I have to lay right there in the fart. And I was like, anyway, okay, let's get to the next. We have enough fart stories, but AJ's farts
Do you
are
even
brutal.
lift, bro?
Do you even fart, bro? Okay.
Oh, God.
I stole my friend's car for a little bit and had a threesome in it. Wait,
whoa. A threesome in the...
Wait, I wasn't expecting it to go there.
That jumped quickly.
Wait. So did you steal the car for the purposes of having that threesome?
Was it like an expedition? Like, is it like a long, like...
For sure. I would think so. Or... I would think so, because why else would you take the car just for a spin and then a threesome like magically happened? I feel like it was definitely, there was preparation here and planning.
Yeah, for sure. Can I tell you something? That when I was in high school, I was dating a girl, my first girlfriend.
You had a threesome?
No. Oh. She was like 3 or 4 years older than, like 3 years older than me. I think I was a freshman and she was like a senior or something ridiculous. And I think my mom, listen, low-key, I think my mom's like, my son's a homo and I just wanted to date anybody, so I'll go for it. She was like fully developed, very much a woman. And I was like this awkward, like pimply teenager. And so we decided to go to, and I might have been older. I might have even been a little bit older by now because we dated even when she went away to college for a bit. But at one point we took somebody's full-size conversion van to the drive-in theater because we had a couple of those where I come from growing up. I grew up in the 1950s, by the way. So
yeah, as we all have.
Right. It's like $8 for a carload, right? As many people as you can get in there. So we take the van and you would drive and turn the van backwards and then open the doors because they have remember those big vans that have those lay down beds in the back? Mm-hmm. Like we're talking about the ones, the full-size conversion vans with like the curtains and the blinds inside, like little tables.
Experience,
yeah, there's a little TV in some of them. Right. So the idea was a whole bunch of pillows and blankets and laying in the back of this van, of course, and then making out, apparently. That was her idea.
Right.
I said, it would be so much more fun if we went on the rooftop of the car and laid out there, because my thought process was, it's not nearly as comfortable. We're not going to be having any privacy, and everybody's going to see us, and I can use that as my excuse for I don't want to do things with you right now. I was terrified.
Oh my God.
Terrified.
Oh, AJ. So wait, did you guys go on top of the roof?
And awkwardly watched 2 full feature films on the top of a metal roof, back to back. Literally.
And I love it because, like, yes, it's a good point. It'd be uncomfortable, but you still were there for a really long time, and it would have been uncomfortable.
Can I tell you what we saw? I feel like we saw one of the Fast and Furious films, which were like 3 hours long,
right?
And Hope Floats. So whichever, if anybody's listening right now, if my memory serves me correctly, figure out which one of the Fast movies, if they came out around the same time as a Hope Float. Yeah, if they came out around like the same spring or summertime, that's what we were there for, that double feature. So it was probably 5 hours of this.
That is hilarious.
I was terrified of women. I didn't know what to do.
I can relate. I've told I can relate.
I know you can.
Okay, Laura, we're ready for your secret.
Which one are you going to reveal first? Are you going to reveal, like, you want to like ease into it, or do you want to like?
I'm going to ease into. Okay, I'm going to do the one that doesn't have much to do with the theme, and then the second one has more to do with the
theme. Ready? Okay? I'm going to tee you up. I'm going to tee you up like we're doing like a whole thing. Okay.
Okay, but
Laura
it's
Marano.
like expectations go down. Like
you just interrupted. This is how we co-host shows together, live shows. It's exactly this, and I love it. Okay, you ready? Laura Marano, confess your mess.
Ooh.
Okay, so I am a really like big and legit hoarder, like actual very real hoarder. And not only, I love that you guys are gasping like it's a big secret. I know it's not like the coolest, sexiest secret, but it is a very real thing to me. And I'm the type of hoarder where I'm the 2 types, right? I'm a sentimental hoarder where like I have still kept my freaking 5th grade graduation dress.
Mm-hmm. I have that. Like, I have. Yep.
Yeah, but I like, it's bad. Like I will literally, everything has a memory to me. I can't get rid of anything. Like I still have, it's just bad. And then 2, I'm also like the really flawed logic hoarder where I'm like, I will really need this broken part of something. And I will need it one day.
That is my fiance. That's my fiance. 100%.
I literally have this on my table right now. I'm not even joking. And it's like, this is what I'm talking about. Literally, like I have this. I don't even know what this is. This is on my table. But I won't give it away because I'm like, what if I need it someday? It's bad. It's really bad.
Oh my God, I relate to you so hard right now. Like you don't even understand. My gas was more so like, I found someone that does the same thing that I do, because I'm not a hoarder in a traditional sense where it's like those hoarders that you see on TV where
like you can't walk through your home and like you shit in the corner of your kitchen and leave it there. Like it's not that kind of.
I'm not
a hoarder. I'm not there. In terms of, there's a little closet right here, our air conditioning unit, and there's a briefcase in there where I literally have sentimental things from years past. And AJ's like, what do you need this for? I'm like, because one day in the future, I'm going to open it up. And
also, it was my father's. No joke. Okay, so I have literally in this hallway right now, I have a limited edition Barbie.
Oh, yeah.
Barbie.
I do. totally do too.
But Laura, it's not even mine. It was my sister's. My mom.
I'm gonna grab it. Just
oh my
in case
god, it's
anybody's
literally
watching.
right here because we've been cleaning out this closet and it's just still sitting there right now because we haven't finished it. But my sister and I have sort of like we were best friends. We've had a really troubled relationship as adults, right? She doesn't see like my sexuality the same way that I do, and so that's been difficult for us. And I have this. Look at this. So look. Okay, wait. I want to like. Get that? Is it zooming in?
No,
there we go.
it's not. Just open it.
Okay, I'll open it. I think it'll be able to, it's a big white box.
Hey, as I bring this close, is it zooming in?
Okay, so here
also,
is.
I feel like I need to get mine out and show you mine as well.
Okay,
oh my! Totally grab it.
You totally need to get yours.
Look at this '80s hair.
This limited edition Barbie. Hey guys, having the best time. Like this show is so fun, right? She should be.
This hair is iconic.
Oh my god, I love. Oh my god.
Stop it right now.
Yours is
Okay, by the way, these aren't even the ones I was talking about because I literally have, I think, 3 that are just in the case that like I didn't take out of the case because I'm like, one day I'll sell these at like 8. Okay, by the way, I also have Disney VHS tapes.
Okay, so you get this. First of all, we have a certificate of authenticity for ours. I just want you to know that. It's very, very fancy and very legit. No, but the VHS tapes, so I go home one time midway through college, and I have a little sister who's now 25. She's incredible. She's incredibly talented. She's a wonderful girl, right? She apparently unwrapped, unsealed all of my tapes one time, and then took markers and colored them all.
Awful.
And destroyed the VHSs, probably 30 or 40 of them. And we did a story on my radio show, The Morning Beat, like last year, the amount of money you could have if you had these VHS tapes. And I went down and broke it down. And then I sent my sister an invoice for $38,000 because I was like, Elizabeth.
By the way, you want to know the worst part? The worst part is some of this stuff that I've kept, I'm like, oh, it'll be, what's it called? It'll be limited edition stuff that I can sell one day. But me even knowing this information and having Disney VHS tapes, I'm not going to sell them and make money. I'm going to keep them forever. This is my issue.
I get it. Oh my god!
Wait, is she in an evening gown?
I have a lot of evening gown ones.
Your Barbies are diverse. I love that about you. Oh, and a male.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I mean, it's
so
Cinderella.
Wait, Cinderella.
Wait, is that a kid?
Cinderella looks like he's been through it.
I've never seen it.
Why do I have this? Why do I have this?
Wait, I didn't know there was a kid Barbie.
Yeah, they have a full family. wait, the way she popped up and said there's 2. There's 2. And then disappeared.
I can't deal with you. That is the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
I should get rid of it.
No.
These aren't even limited edition. They're
Keep
not even taken care of.
Keep
the hair's crazy. But
you know what? Years from now, when you're past 25,
right?
yes, you can pass it on. I mean, let's be honest, Lord, like we always said, pass our kids.
Yeah,
technology has advanced so much that you're even playing with dolls.
Take a picture of it.
You're like, what is this, Mom?
I want to play with these like janky, like the Cinderella, like the dress is like full,
right.
like ripped a little bit, like. Oh.
Wait, Mom, this doll you can't put on VR glasses and it starts talking to you. And
Laura, I feel like we should do a giveaway when this podcast comes out. We should find something that you put on camera today and just offer it up as a giveaway from Laura Marano. It could be the black rubber band on your table. This is therapy for you.
I might need this.
Instead of a yard sale, we're giving away some of Laura Marano's hoarded items.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Okay, wait, but that's okay. So
that's just one secret.
Wait, that was not the good secret? Because that was really good.
Well, not that it wasn't a good secret. It's a good secret. The next one is more. It just has to do with the theme more.
Okay, so you're confessing something. You're confessing something to us right now. You're confessing, yes.
This is awkward because we are friends. So I feel like you're going to lose trust a little bit in me for the next thing I'm going to say. And I don't want you to, but I also just feel like I want to be honest as well. I am a big regifter, big regifter. I know. I will have stuff that I have not used and opened, as you know, and instead of keeping it, I will, when it's birthdays, I'll be like, oh my God, it's day of birthday.
Wait, you know what she's trying to do right now? She's trying to admit to us that the gift that we got for her 23rd birthday surprise party, she gave to somebody. Remember we got her like a candle and like a book or something like that, trying to inspire her writing? She was like,
No. The candle I definitely used. The candle I 100% used, for sure. And I love the card. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea where the book is.
She's like, that is beyond.
I'm just really bad. I think because I have so much stuff, I actually don't love when people give me gifts, to be honest. I'm like, which is kind of a terrible thing because how lovely is it of other people and you guys giving me stuff, but I actually would so much rather you don't give me anything.
So can we push this a little bit further then, Laura? That's a fantastic reveal. That is a big confession that you're a regifter and that you're cheap, basically is what you're saying. That's basically what you just told us. Although we do it all the time and we will share how we regift. Yeah. But what's the biggest thing that you've regifted somebody and who did you give it to?
I don't even know because I do it all the time. Probably clothes that were given to me, that I then gave as like a birthday present to a friend. And
like this top looks so cute on you.
I haven't done anything huge. Like I haven't done like someone gave me, I don't know, like a car and I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I haven't done anything too big. But I definitely am a regifter for sure.
Well, I think that's actually okay because as you get so much free stuff sent to you all the time, as I'm sure you do. Before we let you go, though, we want to know you've been a fantastic guest. You have so much coming up. What do you want our listeners to know about coming up immediately? Where should we look for you? What do you have going on?
Well, I obviously I'm like, oh God, what do I talk about first? Well, I'm an actress and I'm a singer. Acting projects. I have one coming up next year, which I'm really excited about, but I can't talk too much about it, but it's going to be on Netflix. For music, I released my deluxe EP in June, which I'm super excited about. I'm working on new music and I am also releasing music now. Right now is kind of my transition period between EPs. And so I did these, like virtual shows in August every Sunday, which was great. I'm not burnt out. That was about I performed each song of my EP stripped down each week, a cover, and then I showed some unreleased music. And my fans were so excited about some of the unreleased music that I showed that even though I was not going to release any songs for the rest of the year, I have been inspired to release songs before the year ends. So I'm still like, maybe you'll see soon. Maybe you've already know about a song that's coming out.
Oh my gosh. I love she's a pro because we record these episodes and we don't know exactly if they're going to go up in 2 weeks or if they're going to go up in a month.
Right.
And she's playing it so well right now. Also, last thing before we let you go, we need to know what is your takeaway? What was your takeaway today?
What's your takeaway of the day?
Did you learn something? Is there something you're going to take with you back to your mom, Ellen? Like, what's your takeaway?
I'm calling her right now after. No. My takeaway is not something that I learned that was new for me to learn, but just that you two are incredible and wonderful and killing it as host and just two wonderful human beings I'm so grateful to have in my life. Two, friends, our friends are complicated as these secrets have showed, especially when relationships and hooking up is involved. I feel like we got a couple that definitely blurred some lines. But that I don't know if that was necessarily a new thing I've learned because isn't that something we all know? Don't we all have that kind of friend drama sometimes? I think it's a really cool thing that people are at least putting their secrets out. And my third takeaway would be that you guys are obviously healing the world with the amount of resources that people can come to you and release their secrets, get their guilt off their chest. It's a really beautiful thing.
Let me tell you something.
We're healing the world.
Somebody has told us before, like many people have said, what are you guys doing for? We're healing the world.
That's right, Laura Marano. Thank you.
I think that's what you should put on if that is not also included in the promo of your show, I don't know what is.
We're healing the
She's
world.
like, I'm giving you nuggets, so I'm in there multiple times. Just
No,
FYI.
I just want you to use all of it. You're like, but it's just gonna be really random stuff. Like I just say the word and you use like that. Like, no, but I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Laura, we love you. We adore you. And we're so excited to see you outside of our studio that I feel like I'm trapped in constantly.
Constantly.
Help me.
Yeah. No, yeah, my takeaway is...
nice plants. You have nice plants, so that's nice.
They're real, too.
Yeah, the last one's died.
Hey, first of all, no, pause. I rebuke that. It's not dead. I am nursing it in the kitchen, and it is very much alive. It is very much alive.
Laura,
is it reborn?
No.
Or
so he's making it seem like the plant died. It did not die. It literally had a few leaves that fell. If we had time, I would bring it, but it's not
too
dead.
much. This is too much. This is a real friendship is what it is. Thank you so much, Laura. We love you. We adore you. We appreciate you. And we hope to do this again sometime.
Thanks for confessing your
I
mess.
love you guys too. Have such a great day.
Bye. Laura.
Confess your mess.
Confess Your Mess is a Straw Hut Media podcast produced by Ryan Tillotson and Frank Driscoll. Thank you so much for listening, and don't forget to subscribe and share.
And if you have a secret and want to share, go to confessyourmess.us to submit. Your secret could end up in the show.
Confess your